I want to ask you some questions about MWC. So firstly, what's your advice for getting in front of the media at the show?
My advice would be try and get to know the journalists in the months leading up to it and try and convince them why they should get to know you. That's the best advice I can give, I think.
You've got to set yourself apart from the pack a little bit. If it's just a generic pitch going, my client wants to talk to you because they've just launched a new thing which they think is great, that's not really going to excite me. Whereas if they go, my client thinks that this is what we've been doing wrong with 5G, or something a little bit more headline worthy.
Well, it's more about getting in front of media before MWC, I would say, because once the show starts, it's an absolute nightmare. Get in touch with people now, speak to them before the show, and if you're there on the Sunday, that's a great day. Day zero, great time to engage with journalists. Everybody's there, and that's when you can actually get some time with people to have a chat.
The best way for me specifically is to try to pitch the ideas as quickly as you know them, as quickly as you know what your biggest messages will be. Also try to be as concise as possible, brief and snap, because we are very busy and we really would appreciate if we can know what's the main takeaway for us is as well.
Right. So that brings me on to my next question. When do you want to receive news? Ahead of MWC, I'm guessing?
Ahead of the MWC is perfect.
Way ahead, because it gets busy.
Absolutely.
So, yes.
Generally, I think before.
Absolutely. Embargoed briefings or release news before the show so that people know what you're doing and want to go and talk to you during the event itself.
The drip feed of news that you get coming out at the show can sometimes get lost. I think it's better to get those kinds of announcements out in the run up to it. Maybe not too far in advance. I mean, you're gonna write about something that's out in January, so you're gonna get the timing right. But I think if you've got a news announcement to make, it's probably 2 weeks before, a week before, and then treat the actual event itself as an opportunity for meetings.
What not to do at MWC? Have you got any tips on that?
Don't call me during the show. That's it.
No, you're not a fan of
because
that?
even my mother isn't getting to me during the show.
Not coming out of the blue, not just doing, I think, kind of cold calling equivalent emails, and I mean, obviously research the publication, what their area of interest is, and know the kind of target, and don't just bombard them.
Yeah.
Don't try and tell me something that's groundbreaking at 4 o'clock on the Monday afternoon. I want to know about it a week before, 2 weeks before. This is absolutely critical. It's all about doing stuff ahead of time and arranging stuff while you're there.
Don't overcommit too early.
Don't try to get us at last minute quick requests that are very urgent and they need to happen right away and are very unplanned.
Right, thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.